Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel, Learn and Educate, where we were studying Right to Information Act 2005, wherein previously we have studied about the background of Right to Information Act, what are the objectives of RTI Act, the meaning of certain words like right information, records, public authority, then competent public authority, competent government, appropriate government, and many other. Wherein we have also studied about the silent features of the act. Now, the question is about what is the meaning of right to information. Right to information as per the RTI Act 2005, wherein, as per Section 2, Clause J, it specifically defines the right to information means the right to information which is accessible under the RTI Act. This act, which is held by the public authority or which is under the control of any public authority and includes the right with respect to the information, the documents, where we have previously studied about the public authority, where public authority was defined under section 2 clause h, where public authority means any authority. It is a board, it's a body, it has the authority, it is a body or institution of self government which has been constituted by the constitution or which is established under the constitution, which is established by the parliament, which is formed under any law which is made by the parliament, that is passed by the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Any body which has been established, any institution of self government which has been formed by or under the state legislature, for example, passed by the legislative assembly of a state, and where it has a legislative council passed by both the houses of the state legislatures, or when it is formed by notification issued or order which has been made by the appropriate government, where appropriate government with respect to the public authority, it means any institution which has been formed, controlled, substantially financed by the said central government or the union territory. In that case, it would be the central government, and appropriate government in case of an institution which has been totally financed by the state government. In that case, it would be a state government. Here, the right to information. Right to information, which means the right to information which has been accessible under the this act, which is held by the public authority or is under the control of any public authority, and it includes the taking notes, taking extracts, to take the notes, extracts, or of a certified copies of a document or a record which is held, where inspection of the work, inspection of the documents, documentation is the work of keeping records of all the official things done with respect to planning, implementation, or the meeting which has been conducted, the agendas, the minutes of that meetings, the resolutions passed, the work performed with respect to the objectives of the meeting. This is a documentation. And records, inspection of the work done, inspection of the work, inspection of documents, inspection of records. To take the certified copies of the samples of material. Material means the material which has been made available with respect to it contains the information. Therefore, taking extracts, taking certified samples of that, wherein notes, extracts, or certified copies of documents and records, where records includes any document. Records include something is written, documented. Records is a includes microscript, the written, the handwritten documents where it is not in a printed form. Manuscript is generally a written document by the person who has created it for the purpose of making records of what things has been done or what quotations has been raised, what purchases have been made, etc. Manuscript includes anything and everything which is in the written form and not in a printed form. And file. A record includes a microfilm, a microfiche, a facsimile copy of a document. a document which has been sent through email through electronic form, and anything which has been generated by computers and any other device, it would be under the definition of record. Taking a certified copy of the materials, taking certified samples of the material which has been under the control of the public authority to obtain the information in the form of disk, floppies, tapes, video cassettes, or in either electronic mode through the printout. Taking the copies of these materials through in the printout form where such information is stored in a computer or in any other devices where the material which has been produced by the computers or any other devices, it would be under the definition of record, and such printout copies any information in the electronic mode which is stored in the computers or in any other devices, all this information which can be obtained, which is held by the public authority or which is under the control of the public authority, and this can be extracted, and this includes the right to take the notes, extract copies of certified copies of document records, the inspection of work done documents and records, to take the certified copies of the documents and obtain the information with respect to the disk, floppies, tapes, video cassettes, or any other electronic mode through printout or through printout mode where such information which is stored in a computer or in any other devices where right to information, as we can know, is available to the citizens. Throughout the right to information, there has been a process of strengthening the participatory democracy and to ensure that more people centric development takes place. Because of this right to citizens is a right which has been made available to the citizens through an act. Moreover, where RTI Act it extends to the democratic India, wherein throughout the world, the right to information is seen by many as a key for the purpose of strengthening the participatory democracy and to ensure that more people-centric development takes place. In India also, the Government of India has enacted the Right to Information Act 2005, which allows the transparency and autonomy and access to the accountability in the public authorities, wherein the Right to Information Act provides for the setting up of the practical regime of the right to information for the citizens to ensure access to information under the control of the public authority, which is in order to promote the transparency, to promote the accountability of the working of every public authority. The constitution of the Central Information Commission, that is CSC, which is formed by the under the act, and the State Information Commission, which has been formed, which is related to the purpose for the functioning of the RTI Act, where right to information means the right of the people to have an access to the government information. It implies that the government is, it implies that the citizens are getting the information, and the non-government organizations should enjoy a reasonable free access to all the files, to the records, to the documents with respect to the governmental operations. They have the right to get extracts of the records, documents, emails, memos, the press release circulars, the contracts, reports, the papers, samples, any data which is held in the electronic form. So, with respect to the performance, the decision making, the operations of the government, and it provides an openness and transparency in the functioning of the government as a right, as a right which is available to the citizens. It makes administration more accountable to the people. The RTA reduces the gap between the administration and the people because the information is freely available and they have access to the information. Therefore, the gap is reduced. The RTI makes people more aware about the decision making in the administration. In the administration of the government, it makes them easier to get access to the information. It facilitates better delivery of the goods and services to the people by the civil servant. The delivery of the services in the government system to the common people is easily available. It makes a constructive decision making process with respect to administration and helps the people to make criticism of the administration in an intelligible and a constructive manner. Right to information increases the participation of the people in the administration, where the administration means the government authorities, their functioning, their decision making, their operations, their performances, where the public interest is secured because of disclosure of the information to the citizens and the in the administrative decision making process. The RTI Act reduces the scope of the corruption in the public administration, because of which the people are more having the knowledge. There is a transparency with respect to the government functioning and the individuals. It upholds the democratic ideology. It promotes openness. The right to information makes transparency in the administration. It makes administration more responsible with respect to the requirements of the people. The right to information, which is made available to the citizens and the non-government organization, they get the chance of the access to the participation. The public interest is secured, the scope of corruption is reduced, the democratic ideology is upheld, and it makes the administration more accountable to the people, wherein the system is safeguarded because of the public and the national interest is upholded, because the government's safeguarding the government's reputation. It maximizes the power. It buries, it takes into account the corruption which has been taking place and the practices with respect to the administration of the government. Therefore, it promotes democracy and participatory democracy, wherein the right to information which is available to the citizens, it is available with respect to the constitution, where the Supreme Court, which has said it since 1975 that the right to information is an intrinsic part. Right to information is an intrinsic part of the to the citizens with respect to the following two fundamental rights, which are they are Article 19, right to freedom of speech and expression, and Article 21, right to life and personal liberty, wherein this two article 19 and article 21 guarantees confers upon them expressly the right to information, and where the right to information recognize the need for setting up of a practical regime of dissemination of information, securing the information which is held by the public authority to the citizens, and to promote the transparency, to increase the accountability in the working of the public authorities, where the parliament has enacted the Right to Information Act in 2005, wherein the act confers on all the citizens the right to access to the information, and correspondingly it makes a dissemination of information as an obligation on the public authorities. Therefore, the right to information, which is a right accessible under this act, which is held by or under the control of the public authority, includes the right of inspection of the work done, inspection of documents, inspection of the records, and it gives them a right to take copy, to take notes, to get an extracts, to get the certified copies of the documents, to get the certified copy of the held record in terms of document, to get a certified copy of the files, to get a certified reproduction of the images of the image embodied in the microfilms, to get the copies of any other material which has been produced by the computers or from any other devices, to get the certified copy of the materials of the records of the documents of the memo, to get the certified sample copies, taking the certified samples of advices, press release, of circulars, of orders, the contract reports, papers, samples, and the data which is held in any electronic form, to obtain the information which is in the form of disk, floppies, tapes, video cassettes, or any other electronic mode through the printouts. wherein such information is stored in a computer or in any other devices.